Well. Here we are again for another I'm Pissed Saturday. Let me fix my microphone here so we can get into it. So I welcome everybody to this another I'm Pissed Saturday. Today, listen, guys. Today I'm doing my video in Hoosier State. I'm doing my live today in Indiana. Came up to visit my lovely mother for Mother's Day weekend. So I am here in Indiana, the red state of Indiana. So I welcome Taco. Taco, what's up, my friend? Hey, you are a moderator. I made you a moderator. So any person that come on here talking crap, we're going to put them in timeout. But then if they continue to keep talking crap, we're going to just get them out of here, okay? So, yeah, I'm in Hoosier State, guys. Let me know if you can hear me okay. I welcome everybody to the Just Listen podcast channel. Yeah, I came to visit my lovely 72-year-old mother for Mother's Day weekend. So anybody who is a mother, happy early Mother's Day to you. I hope that you are able to enjoy yourself. I hope you are showered with many blessings and love for Mother's Day. We're going to dive into it today because as always, on my channel, I let people know how pissed I am in regards to this fascist Trump administration and the fascist Republicans as well. But first and foremost, I want to just say this little story here. Indiana, the reddest of red states amongst any of the northern states in the United States. I'm in Hoosier Town. My mother lives in Kokomo, Indiana. She's been here for a long time. I was not born in Indiana. I was born in Wisconsin. But my mother made the great move to come down to Kokomo and started working at Chrysler, where she retired at. She worked at Chrysler for 38 years. 6'7". What's up? 6'7", 6'7". My mother worked at Chrysler for 30 plus years. Such an amazing woman. I love my mother unconditionally. Now, I have to say this. She is the second lady in my life. The first lady in my life is my wife. My wife is number one. So, you know, when you get married, you leave your household and you go and you be with your wife. She's my number one. So I'm here with my number two today. And I have to say, my mother is amazing. She grew up in the 50s. Okay. My mother was born in 1953. Just a little history of her in Arkansas. We Helena, Arkansas. She grew up in the South. Yes. Hey, Jesus loves you as well. She grew up in the South. And she went through the whole segregation and the bolden racism when it comes to white supremacy in the South. Of course, you can see that now when we have stuff going on in the United States with the gerrymandering or the redistricting. We're going to dive onto that here in a little bit. But if you are new to the channel, like I said, I welcome you to the podcast. Become a channel member. Subscribe to the channel. If you're a good person, you'll subscribe to this channel because we talk about politics and we don't do that right-wing bullshit. I'm gonna give it to you real and honest. I'm not a right-wing grifter. Okay. I'm going to tell you from personal experience, and I'm going to tell you from what I see in regards to the direction of our country here, of my country. If you're from another country, let me know what country you're from. Let me know what state you're from. Let me know if you are from the South, where you have Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, Louisiana. If you're from the South, 96383. If you're 11 years old, you need to get off here. This is an adult channel. So anybody who is under the age of 18, you cannot be on the channel. Please leave or get kicked. So Taco, if you can do me a favor, man, go ahead and boot Night 6383 out of here. Richard, New York. Shout out to New York. Shout out to New York. Shout out to Zoran Mamdani. Shout out to Zoran Mamdani. He's doing big things there in New York. The free transit. When it comes to the subway, like I've been in New York. New York is cool. I love New York. Is fun, but they're trying to, do this health food market or market area where people can go and they can buy groceries from local farmers that are going to be cheaper in comparison to what you have to spend in the big box chain grocery stores. So, hey, shout out to Zoran. But like I said, let me know where you're from, guys. Let me know where you're from. I've been all over. I've been from the East to the West to the Midwest. And I have to say, people that talk about other states that they've never been to, they just need to shut up. Honestly, if you haven't traveled to a particular state and you hear all this right-wing stuff that are lies about how dirty this state is, how violent it is in the area, shut up. If you've never been there, shut the hell up. I've been in New York. My wife and I went to New York in 2021 and we had a ball. We went and visited the World Trade Center. We went to go see the Statue of Liberty. We didn't go in the Statue of Liberty, but we went to see the Statue of Liberty. We rode the electric bikes there. We really enjoyed ourselves in New York. So if nobody's been in New York and you talk shit about New York, shut the fuck up. Plain and simple. I know that people complain about New York who are New Yorkers and live there, but that's what you're going to get. It is a lot of people in New York. It's a lot of people in New York. That's right, Taco. A lot of people love New York, but there are a lot of people that don't like New York. Just like a lot of people love Florida, but then you have those people that hate Florida. Like, honestly, I'm in Florida. I've been in Florida for almost 11 years now. And I love Florida. I don't like the politics. I don't like the governor. I don't like the Republican Party in Florida. I don't like how terrible the housing market is in Florida. I don't like how expensive it is for our property taxes in Florida or HOAs and things like that. So, there are always going to be things that you do not like about the state that you're in. However, people, they talk shit about states that they've never been to, never got a chance to experience in other states. That pisses me off. Well, New York has changed in some parts, and I'll tell you this, guys. Not everything is going to be the same. You know what I'm saying? Like in the state, you might get overcrowding. You might get, of course, crime can spike up in one time frame, then crime go back down, and, it can get overcrowded. And I understand that, some people think it's changed, but of course we've changed as an adult. When we were teenagers and things, we didn't have to think like adults like we do now. We've changed ourselves. Like Florida has definitely changed in many wrong ways. And it's because of governorship. It's because of the governor. Florida's weather is crazy too, Taco. Yeah, open roads of America. It's everywhere. I mean, you're not going to always love where you're at. Like when we were in Texas, my wife and I, we were in Texas for 5 months. We were in Texas. We were in a small town called Corsicana, Texas. This was south of Dallas, Texas, and this was north of Waco, Texas. Texas was a cool experience. However, the weather in Texas was crazy. Like you're talking about in the summertime, the heat was so immense. It's like open up an oven at 375 degrees and feeling how that heat hits you. That's how it was in Texas. Then in the fall time, it was cool and cold. And then in the wintertime, we had dust up of snow. Wintertime, it was cold, in Texas, where you were like, dang, man, we got to turn the heat on in Texas. That's every state is different when it comes to it. And then also Texas has this energy grid where, if the energy grid goes down, your electric bill can be sky high. That's why during the winter, the freeze that they had in Texas, people were receiving electric bills that was like thousands of dollars. And you had Cancun Cruz taking off, leaving his dog at home and trying to go to Mexico. That's what you had in Texas when the energy grid went down. Texas being a state that, they're rich with oil. Texas is rich with oil. You would think that they would have the infrastructure to where these corporations that control the power and energy, These corporations are making millions of dollars from calamities and situations that happen with the change of the weather, climate change. I mean, if you can agree with me on that, not every state or not every place that you go to is going to be the same 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago or years from now, give me the thumbs up on that. But yeah, it's Mother's Day. It's Mother's Day. So, let me know, guys. We're gonna be diving into this pretty soon. Let me read this comment really quick. And hey, I take donations if you want to support the channel, super chat, super thanks. Hey, by all means, I appreciate it. I appreciate those who subscribe to the channel, because we have to fight for our democracy, and we have to use our platforms for democracy. We have to use our platforms for everyone in our country and around the world, because politics, guys, I'm gonna tell you, I was talking to a young man who goes to my church, and I told him, I said, you have to pay attention to politics in some type of form or fashion. You need to know who you need to vote for in regards to helping better your life as well as your neighbor's life, not hurt it. If you don't pay attention to politics, then guess what? Here we are in a situation now with a lying, conniving, grifting, cheating administration. Nothing has gotten better for the American people. Nothing has gotten better for people around the world. And it's all about the politics and the millionaires and billionaires that are continuing to be enriched off the pains, the blood, sweat, and tears of the regular American person, or the regular person living in America. That's what's happening. But I wanted to dive in a little bit more. Please let me know what state you're from. Let me know what country you're from. For our republic, not our democracy. I mean, whatever you want to call it. The republic, democracy, we have to fight for a better United States. We have to fight for a better world. We can't, what goes on in my country here in the United States, I hate it. I hate it in many different ways. I hate it in many different reasons. And the thing that what my boy Amazing Lucas says is that we have racist people, and if this offends you, you can get off my channel. White people that are in power or positions of power, what are they trying to do? They're wanting to steal, kill, and destroy. And that's what you see from the top with Donald Trump, all the way down to the congressmen and women in every different state who is proposing gerrymandering, taking away the rights or the access to have representation for Black and Hispanic and Asian and minority people. That's what you have in the United States. We're going to dive onto that here pretty soon. Well, let me just tell you this story. My mother's 72. She's going to be 73 pretty soon this year. Give me thumbs up if you have an older parent who they don't throw stuff away. Like things that expire, they just keep. My mother has medicines, and my wife's mother does the same thing. My wife's mother, she's 70. She's 70. And I went into the medicine cabinet and I saw some medicine that was in my mother's cabinet back from 2022. Then I look again and I see something that was from 1999. And it's like, oh my, can you please throw away stuff that is expired? And if it's over 5 years, I don't know, I don't know how long people keep expired stuff, but please throw it away. My mother, bless her heart, our parents, especially if your parent is of the age where they're retired or, their knees hurt all the time or their hips, or, they just let one rip without any kind of conviction. Don't say, excuse me or nothing. I'm like, Mom, you got to get rid of this stuff. My mother is so old school, and that's what we get with older people. She still has a house phone. My mother still has a house phone. And I'm like, you have 2 cell phones and a house phone. You know, she gets out in her riding lawnmower and she cuts her grass. It probably takes her 10 minutes to cut this grass over here in her riding lawnmower. I'm like, Mom, I said, I'm gonna help her cut the grass this week since I'm here. And I said, do you have a push mower for me to cut the yard sometime? And she was like, well, I got a riding mower that I ride. And I'm like, Mom, you got a ride mower to cut the grass? I'm gonna tell you this. It will take me with the push mower to cut my mother's grass. It'll probably take me 30, 40 minutes, but she has a riding mower. My mother's old school. She's old school. She has the house phone still. She's still on Dish Network. Like, my mother's still on Dish Network. She's been on Dish Network forever. I'm like, Mom, you can cut the cord. I'm a cord cutter. Like, we have Netflix and all that kind of stuff to watch, Prime, but that's our old school parents. That's what they do. They stuck in their ways. My mother is stuck in her ways, and it's hilarious. Shout out to my mother though. She's an amazing woman. She's done everything she can to mold me and my brothers and my sister to be as best we can as adults. And if you still have a parent or your parents are still alive and living, give them a hug, tell them you love them. If they're good parents. Now, we can definitely have some terrible parents now, but I can say that my mother has been everything that I needed a mother to be for me. I learned from my mother. Now, I don't say my father in there because my father, even though he was a little bit in my life, he's no longer here in the land of living. So I can only talk about what my mother has done for me growing up, being here in Indiana with her. Listen, I am in Indiana and it's 53 degrees here. I'm not used to 53 degrees. And shout out to, thank you so much. Tell your mom, happy Mother's Day for me. God's watching this flat earth. Okay. Yeah. I appreciate you with the compliment there. Not the compliment, but with the message to my mother. I will definitely tell her that. Thank you. It's 53 degrees here. It's cold. I don't mind it because I'm warm natured anyways. So I don't mind it being cold. But listen, I am in a red state. I am in Hoosier state. They voted for Donald Trump overwhelmingly in the state of Florida. In the state of Indiana. Hoosier state, baby. Donald Trump was going to make America great again. We went to Walmart because in my little small town that I'm in my little town, we got one Walmart. That's it. In this town, you have one Walmart here. And that we have a Kroger's, we have a Myers, we have a Sam's, and we have a Walmart. In Jacksonville, we got Walmarts everywhere. Everywhere. Like anywhere you go in Jacksonville, you're going to at least find 2 or 3 different Walmarts in a 15-mile radius from each other. But here in this small little bunk town here, we got one Walmart. And when I went into the Walmart, do you know, I didn't see any MAGA hats. I asked my mom, I said, now, last year, did you have, a lot of MAGA hats and MAGA flags and all that stuff here in this red state? Because Kokomo is a racist. I'm not going to, Kokomo has their racist past. Kokomo, Indiana has a racist past. But I'm going to just say this. When we went into Walmart, I was looking for the MAGA hat. I was looking for the Trump Gulf of America shirt. I was looking for the alligator Alcatraz. I was looking for all that stuff in this town. Kokomo is a predominantly white town. Kokomo, Indiana is predominantly white. Kokomo, Indiana has a racist past. Kokomo, Indiana, I'm going to say it again, is a white town. The population in Kokomo, I don't know what the population is, but it's like 10, 12% black or 12% of a different color or different race. Kentucky. I'm from Kentucky. I'm actually from Wisconsin. I'll tell you a little story about that. I grew up in Kenosha, Wisconsin, right outside of Chicago. It's about 30 minutes outside of Chicago, Kenosha, Wisconsin. Very small state. Very small city. My mother relocated for her job here to Kokomo, Indiana, because she worked for Daimler Chrysler at the time. Now they've changed their name to Stellantis. I went to college in Kentucky. I went to college in Louisville, Kentucky. Shout out to Milwaukee. I love Milwaukee. Milwaukee was fun when I go up there. Milwaukee and Chicago was like, have your choice. Do you want to go catch a Bucks game, or do you want to go check out the Bulls? And we would just pick whichever one we wanted to go to that time frame. But I went to college at University of Louisville in Louisville, Kentucky. And I played a couple years of college football there for the university. Go Cards all day, every day, L1C4, baby. So I walked on in 2000, played a couple of years, played with some great players like Deion Branch and Stephon LaForce and Dave Ragone and Henry Miller. We had some Kerry Rhodes. I played with those guys, Anthony Gallagher, Josh Meekins, Dwayne White, Henry Miller. We called him Tank. We called him Hammer, excuse me. I played a couple of years there in University of Louisville. I decided that I just stopped playing football. It was exhausting. Playing college sports, if I wasn't on scholarship either, I walked on. I was blessed to be able to walk onto the team and, get that experience of college football life. It just got exhausting for me. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to focus on fighting Irish. I'm just going to focus on my school and graduate from college. So graduated 2005. Hallelujah. Thank God. And I met my wife. I met her in 2006. I met her in 2006. We started a relationship. We were off and on at the time. And we finally got back together again. Because, when you're in a relationship, sometimes there's some rocky situations that happen in relationships. No cheating, though, because I'm not a cheater like that. OK, I'm not a cheater. So my wife and I, we got married in 2009. And we decided in 2015 that we were going to relocate. And so we relocated to Jacksonville, Florida. We got friends in Florida who was stationed in the Navy at the time, and was like, yeah, you guys were looking to relocate. It's going to be either Atlanta or it's going to be somewhere in Florida. And he got us to Jacksonville, and we fell in love with Jacksonville, Florida. And that's where I'm at. I'm in Jacksonville. And so lo and behold, still there. I'm still there because I love my state. I love Jacksonville, and please let me know if I'm too loud or whatever, because I got my microphone on and I can get a little loud in this echo chamber of a vehicle. But I love my state. I can't fucking stand Ron DeSantis. I can't fucking stand any of these Republican racist ass dictators that are taking away rights for men, women, children, black men, black women, black children, Indian men, women, and children. I can't fucking stand them. And that's what we're going to dive into here pretty soon. Because these sons of bitches, if you haven't realized, the Republican Party is trash. They don't care about the American people. Ron DeSantis is a piece of shit. Fuck him. And if you support Ron DeSantis, please get off the channel. Do not even come on the channel. If you support any of these goddamn Republicans who are taking away women's rights to choose for their body, if you support any of these goddamn racist ass, bitch ass Republicans, excuse my French, don't come on my channel talking your bullshit. I'm getting a little frustrated right now because it angers me with the passion and how terrible these people are. The Republican Party has done everything to hurt their constituents. Yet we have some people that don't give a fuck and they don't care that they're being hurt just to see black and brown people being hurt, black people's rights being taken away, Latino, Hispanic people's rights being taken away and violated. Fuck them all. Fuck them all. And anybody, listen, from the Democrat side to the Republican side, anybody that's taking AIPAC money, because I did see that pop up here, they need to say, you know what? I'm no longer taking AIPAC money. Money should be grassroots when it comes to politics and how we are supposed to conduct ourselves in America. There shouldn't be any PAC like the American Israeli Political Action Committee or whatever the fuck they are that should be dictating what we do here in America with the American U.S. citizens here. And if you agree with me on that, I want some thumbs ups. Like I said, I am pissed off. I'm definitely pissed off because you always hear about the Democrats that take money from AIPAC, but you never hear about the Republican Party that takes money from AIPAC overwhelmingly. You see, we got to put the tape together here, because there's always this target. And I said this in a previous video before. There's always this target about, oh, Jasmine Crockett went to Israel, so she's in bed with AIPAC because she had went to Israel with the Democratic Party. With the Democrats already having a plan to go to Israel. Not to be in support for Bibi Netanyahu. That was already planned. So what this did was this had these blue liberals, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. You have these liberal channels that would smear Jasmine Crockett. They would smear her about, oh, I can't trust her because she went to Israel and she takes money from AIPAC and all this bullshit. And then don't pay attention to James Talarico receiving money from Miriam Adelson, who is the arbiter of Donald Trump's funding and campaign money. It's like, okay, so you want to talk and target the black woman, my Majority Report, because I got a Majority Report about this too. You want to target the black woman, Keith Edwards, and glaze up James Talarico when James Talarico was receiving money from Miriam Adelson and received maybe $50,000, $60,000. Miriam Adelson is going to give money to basically both parties, but she gave more money to Donald Trump, $100 million, $200 million. And then she also gave $90 million for the Republican midterms so she can continue to have Gaza decimated and the Palestinian people displaced. And the bombings from Bibi Netanyahu to Lebanon, Syria. Fuck that. Fuck that. We're gonna call it both ways. The Republican Party, we need to find out with the Republican Party, the hit list of all these bitches from the Republican side that get money from AIPAC. There needs to be an AIPAC tracker or an Israeli funded tracker for the Republican Party. Stop fucking pointing at the Democrats, guys, in regards to it. The Democrats, yes, I want the established Democrats out of there just as much as anybody else does. I want anyone like Cory Booker, who is beholden to AIPAC. I want that motherfucker to say, I am no longer getting money from AIPAC. No more money from AIPAC, period, from any side. Now, the Republican Party don't give a damn because they don't give a fuck about you guys. They don't give a fuck about me. They don't care about me. They're going to continue to take money from AIPAC because that's what they do. The Republican Party is getting a lot. I bet you the Republican Party, the ones that get money from AIPAC, outweighs what the Democrat Party gets. But again, you will have individuals who will always try to target and put darts on the Democratic Party and not even look at the Republican Party and the shit that they do. To hell with that. We're gonna call this game fair here. Because the Democratic Party, although I can't stand them either, but we have some Democrats that are good people that are trying to do what's right for the people. I'm going to call it like it is. So with the Republican Party, they don't give a damn about the American people. That's why you see the shit that's happening now. I'm gonna go into that really quick. Let me say this really quick. I know I'm going off of that tangent there. I don't see any Trump flags here in Indiana, and I'm telling you, it's really Snow White here. Like you seeing, you'll see spots of black people here. I don't see any Trump hats. I don't see any MAGA shirts. I don't see any of that shit here in this white little town of Indiana. And if anybody gets offended with me saying white town or whatever, get your panties out of a bunch, excuse me. Because that's what I have here in Kokomo. Kokomo is not very diverse here. It is not. There are a lot of MAGA voters here. There are a lot of people who voted for Trump here in Indiana. A lot of people. And in this town here, like my mother said, you will not be seeing, you don't see any MAGA hats, MAGA shirts, or anything, MAGA flags. You see none of that here. We drove all over this little town here because, of course, when I got here, my mother was putting me to work. We went to go get some dinner. We went to Walmart. And by that time, it was time to come back to the crib and chill. What I do see, though, I did see, this is what their MAGA shirt is now, because they don't want to show you that they are MAGA. But you can kind of tell with individuals here. You can kind of tell the 1776 shirt, like one of those things. That's a telling shirt. Like, I don't. That 1776 shirt was started because of Donald Trump's ass. Basically, I'm not saying that he started that, but basically, you started seeing these individuals doing the 1776 shirt because oh, we need to take back our freedoms from the terrible liberals. They call the liberals fascists too. Like, I'm a progressive. I'm not a liberal like that. When I mean progressive, I want everybody to be happy financially. I want everybody to have that white picket fence and that 2-story house or whatever kind of house they want to have here. I want everybody to have an equal standard of living when it comes to their wages. I want everybody here in this world to be able to have, unlimited vacation time. Maybe 4 10-hour work days and 3 days off consecutively. I want people to be able to have a livable wage more than what these millionaires and billionaires are giving them in these corporations. But let me go back. I only see the 1776 shirts, and then also post in the comment section what other shirt you think I might see here in Indiana. I've seen a few. It was like 3 or 4 different shirts. 1776 was one of the ones that were showing here about the independence. But then there's another shirt that I saw a couple of times here. Post in the comment section what you think that shirt was. It's not a common shirt, but it's a shirt where you can tell it's a shirt that you can tell it's a person that they probably voted for Republicans or whatever. And to belong in freedom to participate. We the people. That's close. I see that on people's vehicles. I see that on people's vehicles. We the people. That's what I see. All life matters. No, it's not all life matters. I'm gonna give somebody else one more try. It's a shirt that Benny Johnson, the grinder boy Benny Johnson, who spreads propaganda like crazy, has. Daniel Penny is a hero. Father, son. Daniel Penny is no hero. Nice try. Where is Daniel Penny at? One more try, guys. What is this shirt? We got the 1776 shirt. It's another shirt that a lot of the MAGA nuts, wear because they feel like it's taken away. That's a hint right there. They feel like it's taken away. Benny Johnson, the grinder Benny Johnson. Benny John. Okay. It's the freedom shirt. Yes, Val viewer. Freedom shirt. So I saw a few of the freedom shirts out here too. The freedom shirts, that Charlie Kirk shirt, the white freedom shirt, they have them in different colors now. They got the freedom shirt in blue. They got the freedom shirt in red. These fuckers got freedom shirts on. I'm like, yeah, I know what this person is, because you don't really see other people wearing the freedom shirt unless they felt like their rights were being taken away whenever Biden was in office, which their rights wasn't taken away when Biden was in office. So yeah, that's the freedom. The freedom shirt is another one that you know, I see from here and there here. You know, fuck them. Why do you, I don't have to wear a freedom shirt to know that I'm free. You know what I'm saying? Like who I'm not that type of person. Like I don't need the Kamala Harris and the Walls flag. I don't need that. You know, first and foremost, I don't have to show my I don't have to tell people my business when it comes to where I'm going to vote, even though I don't mind saying that I voted for Kamala Harris and Tim Walz. I'm man enough to do that, but I don't need to flaunt it out. That's what you have with these dumbass people who wear these shirts, the freedom shirt, and you know, I don't give a fuck. I don't care about you wearing a freedom shirt. You know, I guess, you know, it is what it is. You wear what you want to wear, right? But we know when we look at those type of shirts, we know, oh, well, that was like a coin thing that Charlie Kirk and their crew had when it came to freedom shirts. Or that was a coin thing that the right wing and Republican Party had when it came to the 1776 and Donald Trump, or the don't tread on me and stuff like that. Yeah, Taco. Yeah, the don't tread on me. Freedom, truth, and liberty, TM. Yeah. So back on the Republican Party. The Republican Party does not care. So they don't care that they get Israel funding. And that's why you had Pudding Pop Lindsey Graham. He's glazing over Israel. We need to move all our military defense over to Israel. Fuck you, Lindsey Graham. Fuck Lindsey Graham. What has the left wing done for me? Delane. January 20th, 2025, former president, he's still alive, signed an executive order titled Restoring Freedom of Speech and Ending Federal Censorship. Donald Trump was signing executive orders left and right, but they ain't got to be passed, right? They got to be the House and the Senate. The House and the Senate has to approve those particular orders. Donald Trump signed in that he was going to cap medications and medicines, right? That shit hasn't happened for people. But I'm you know, listen, I'm not going to really respond to like, I may respond to some chats, but you know, I do want some support. So if you do a super chat, I will definitely read your chat and everything. But yeah, the Republican Party don't care about the American people. If they cared about the American people, then they will be trying to help the American people here instead of trying to take away the black vote. Or instead of trying to take away the Hispanic vote, or taking away the Asian vote, or the LGBTQ vote. That's the Republican Party has always been, in my life and living, the destroyers. They love war. They hate the American people. The true patriots are the ones like myself that are talking about this, because things are not good here in the United States. Yet the Republican Party want to paint a picture of everything's going great here in the United States. Or, oh, they want to blame Biden. They want to blame Biden for us having shit taking place in 2026. Donald Trump still talks about the election being stolen in 2020. Bitch, we are in 2026. You are now the president of the United States, unfortunately. And you're still talking about the 2020 election? Motherfucker, you need to be paying attention to taking care of the American people here instead of robbing every single person in America. Gas here in Indiana. Gas here is a little bit cheaper than it is in Florida. It is a little bit cheaper here in Florida. It is $4.15 here. But you know how much diesel fuel is here? Diesel is almost $6 in Indiana. And I'm going to tell you this. I was watching Mr. Global. Mr. Global said that come summertime, we're talking here in the next month or two, if this war with Iran, because it's a war, if this has not been taken care of they haven't come to an agreement to open up the Strait of Hormuz, you're going to be looking at $6, $7, $8, and $10 gas, 9, 10. You're going to be looking at that. So I hope that people are paying attention and being prepared, because when gas shoots up like that, holy shit. Holy shit. Donald Trump's approval rating. I hate that motherfucker so much. If you hate Donald Trump, you can't stand the man. I need some thumbs up. I need some thumbs up if you cannot stand Trump and his entire administration. They don't care that gas is going up. Donald Trump said, well, it's, you know, I thought it was going to be higher, but it can go up some. I don't know when it's going to come down. I don't know. Then he's talking about, you know, we're doing this Operation Freedom. This Operation Freedom. And then next thing you know, they had to change it because they don't want to say that it's a war. They do not want to say that it's a fucking war, because they know with the War Powers Resolution, you cannot have a war for over 60 days. You cannot be in combat for over 60 days without it being signed through the Congress, through the House and the Senate. So they keep changing these fucking names up of what's taking place when we know it's a war. We know it's a war. Let me read it. One comment, but hey, listen, guys, support the channel. I welcome everybody to the channel. You know, let me know what state, what country you're from. Let me know where you're from. You know, super chat, super thanks is all welcome, man. Because, you know, I love doing this, and I'm going to continue doing this regardless. You know what I'm saying? But Pete Hegseth and Donald Trump are trying to convince the American people that we have won. But back last year, we had supposedly obliterated their nuclear capabilities. Now, how is it that we obliterated their nuclear capabilities and we're back over there fuck again? Watching the news, because I hate watching the news. My mother had me watching the news last night, and I'm like, Mom, I like listening to my independent media. I like listening to my independent media, like the Midas Touch, like Tabitha Speaks Politics, because the news, they are stringing everybody along too. She watches like, I forgot what news channel she watches. But yeah, they stringing people along as well, because they get their money. They can't sit there and completely tell Trump that he's fucking lying to his face. They had to play patty cake with him. When it's the independent news channels like Aaron Parnas, Midas Touch, Coach D Speaks is ripping all the MAGA FAFOs, you know, Tabitha Speaks Politics, you know, these individuals like myself are doing the research. Mr. Global, Will Westmoreland are doing the research. We're paying attention to the information, and we're seeing how independent media is the most viable source right now, because you got the mainstream media that is playing footsies with Donald Trump. And you know, they're not telling us straight, and they're not telling the Trump administration that you guys are hurting American and other people's lives in other countries. They're not doing that. That's why we're here to do it, because somebody's got to tell us. These assholes say that, oh, we're doing an excursion and they're attacking oil tankers, and then Iran is retaliating with, you know, the other Middle Eastern areas like UAE, Saudi Arabia, and the United Arab Emirates. They said that the US can't have their bases over here right now. We had to put a stop to it, because Iran is attacking infrastructure that is affecting how they make their money in Saudi Arabia, how they make their money in the UAE and Dubai. You have individuals in Dubai that were stuck at one point in time because Iran had attacked Dubai, American bases, and they were firing off rockets and Shahed drones in areas that, you know, there's civilian life at. This administration, I don't know about you guys, but this administration is by far the absolute worst and most corrupt administration that I've had to experience in my 44 years of living. And there's 2 more years, guys, of this bullshit. There's 2 more years of this because the Republican Party that controls the House and the Senate, they will not impeach and remove Donald Trump. JD Vance will not remove Donald Trump. JD Vance is an AI robot. That's what JD Vance is, with his eyeliner and all that kind of shit. He is an AI robot. You don't see JD Vance because a lot of people were like, well, Kamala Harris didn't do anything about the war, the Israelis in Gaza and Palestinians. She didn't do shit. Where the fuck is JD Vance at now? How come we don't hear people bitching and moaning about JD Vance not doing anything? JD Vance ain't said shit about, stopping this this Israel attack on my Palestinian brothers and sisters in Gaza. JD Vance, I don't even know if the motherfucker said shit about what take place or what has taken place in Lebanon with Israel taking territory. They're in on it. They're in on it. That's some messed up stuff. Listen to the Larry Elder show. Larry Elder is the one in California, right? Stingray Beach. Larry Elder's in California. Fuck Larry Elder. Larry Elder was one of those raccoons that's part of the Republican Party. Fuck him. No, I'm not listening to no damn Larry Elder. Peter Jones, dumb question. People do videos in cars. People do videos in their room, in their house. That's a silly question, Peter Jones. I'm sorry. Hey, if you asking that question with an honest heart, I do my videos. If you've come to this channel, this is your first time, take a look at my previous lives. Take a look at some of the shorts that I've made in my vehicle. I'm actually in my mother's vehicle right now because I'm up here visiting my mommy for Mother's Day. That's what I'm doing. I'm visiting my mommy for Mother's Day. So let's talk more about the failed promises of Donald Trump. And you guys like my haircut? My wife always give me a cut, man. She be hooking me up. Look, I got some grays coming in. I'm feeling older here. I got some grays in, but she don't hook my hair up because I was looking kind of rough. If you've seen some of my last videos, please check them out. I was looking a little rough. I was getting a little roughy over here. She had to hook me up. But yeah, Donald Trump is now wanting $1 billion for the ballroom. And they're wanting to use taxpayer money for the ballroom in the East Wing. Now, I don't know about you guys, but Donald Trump said that, this was going to be like some type of funded by like the corporations and shit, like Home Depot. Miriam Adelson should be funding him for his ballroom and the East Wing and not using my tax money. Why does any more of my tax money need to go to something that I don't want and I'll never be there? Maga loves that. Oh yeah, I'll pay for anything for Donald J. Trump. I'm not paying my tax dollars. My tax dollars should go to helping people out here who need access to health care. My tax dollars should go to the veterans who their doctors have to decide that they're going to be relocating somewhere else because they cannot have a VA hospital in some of the rural areas now because of the money that Donald Trump stole from the VA, from the social programs. My tax dollars should go to feeding every child in school at every school. And I'm talking about even the private schools. Parents shouldn't have to pay extra money for their children to be fed when they're in school for 6, 7, and 8 hours out of the day. Those meals should be free. That's where my tax dollars should go to. My tax money should not go to any fucking wars that are taking place that Donald Trump, daddy, Bibi Netanyahu said 40 years ago, no other president actually fed into the bullshit that Bibi Netanyahu did with Trump. Donald Trump is so fucking easy to play that Bibi Netanyahu, out of all the other presidents, even the ones you don't like, MAGA, like you don't like Obama, who was a great president. Thank you, Marlo. I appreciate you. You don't like Biden. You didn't say this shit when Bibi Netanyahu was out there with one of the Bushes talking about a fucking nuclear weapon. Oh, they're 2 weeks. There's always this 2 week shit too. My tax money should not be going to this war that we didn't ask for. The American people did not ask for no goddamn war with Iran, who has not done anything to us. They haven't. I haven't worried about Iran for anything when it comes to it. But again, Donald Trump, the liar in chief, lied to the American people, and now we have the highest gas prices, and they're going to go higher now. Trust me, they're going to go higher. We have the highest gas prices, the highest gas price spike in the fastest time in a 3-month time frame. Gas has shot up $2 in some areas in 2 months. Boom, that quick. 2 months gas prices shot up. Diesel prices are almost at $6. Let me see. Unity orals. Appreciate it. Is that where he's gonna barricade himself when they lose? Trust me, it's not a ballroom. There is a plan. Oh yeah, hey, trust me, there is a plan. Thank you for that. Thank you for the support. There is a definite plan. Donald Trump ain't leaving. He is gonna be deep in that bunker, and he's trying to get the code people to coalesce to him. And I'm telling you this is what's gonna happen. When Donald Trump and this whole entire administration is going to be out of office, they are going to try to do everything they can to stay there. This, unfortunately, I hate to say it, but there could maybe a civil war to take place in 2028 when a Democrat takes over power. There could possibly be. There could possibly be a civil war if a Democrat takes over, because Donald Trump said he only needed to vote one more time. He got the idiots to vote for him. You only got to vote one more time. That's why he's trying to do all this draconian shit. Donald Trump is the only president, the only person that did not concede the 2020 election or any election. Every other candidate that was going for the presidency that lost, or who lost, seceded. I mean, not seceded, but they conceded. They said, congratulations. That punk, Donald Trump is so weak, guys. He is so weak that he didn't even have the fortitude to reach out to Joe Biden and congratulate him. He's a bitch. And MAGA will do anything they can to kiss his dirty toenails. Listen, I just saw a comment pop up and I'm going to read it really quick. But trust me, if you're from another country, if you live in another country and you just completely despise what America has done to all the countries, to your country, I'm sorry. It's not every, don't blame every American of the fares and the criminal things that Donald Trump has done. Do not, please don't blame us. Please don't blame us. The American people overwhelmingly did not want a war. And that's why Donald Trump's approval rating keeps going in the shitter. Now, hey guys, we do this thing on I'm Pissed Saturdays. If you see a pedophile protector pop up in here talking about how great Trump is, at them and say, quiet piggy. Just add them and say, quiet piggy. Say, quiet piggy, and keep it moving. Because, of course, we got people that are paid provocateurs that come in talking their shit. So yeah, please just say quiet piggy to anybody that pops in, flapping their typing keyboard warrior hands on the keyboards, talking some shit. Now, people say that Iranians are not happy. I don't live in Iran. I can't. I don't know what they are not. You know, people in Africa aren't happy. People in China may not be happy. I don't live there, so I don't think America needs to go to another country to try to say, "Hey, we're going to come here and make you happy by removing your leaders." We need some help here in America. Americans are not happy. Who's going to come and save us? Canada. Canada, please. What? Canada's like fuck America now. Mexico's like fuck America. United Kingdom, they still I don't know about United Kingdom sometimes. Sorry for my United Kingdom peeps. Do I know how many Americans? Do I know how many? Hold on, let me read this. Jackie Alp 444. Quiet pigging. Quiet pigging. Do you know how many Americans have lost their life because of Trump? Do you know how many people who've lost their access to healthcare because of Donald Trump? People's doctors that are no longer in their network and they're not able to drive further. Here in 2028, guys, 2028, this is why the Republican Party did this big ass ugly bill. The Republican Party did this big ass ugly bill to make it take major effect when a Democrat president is in office, because they know that their Republican base has a short-term memory. They know that their idiots of Republicans that continue to vote against their own will has a short-term memory, to where once the major things take an effect in 2030, they're going to say it's going to be blame the Democrats, when the Democrats didn't propose this. I wanted the Democrat to come into office. I want a democratically held House and Senate. I want the president who is going to be a Democrat, because there's only two parties here, guys. And I want them to rip the shit out of everything that Donald Trump has signed onto. And then also on top of that, the Democratic candidate that runs, if they say these Supreme Court justices from the right, from the Republican Party, have done so much damage to the American people, we're going to go ahead and we're going to even the playing field. I am going to we're going to even it. I'm going to get 6 Democratic Supreme Court justices, and we're going to pack the court. We're going to pack the Supreme Court, so they cannot do this fucking 6-3 vote every goddamn time they want to take away women's rights. They want to take away the right to choice when it comes to what a woman wants to do with their body. They want to take away the rights of the LGBTQIA community in regards to how they want to live their life. We're going to do that. We're going to pack the fucking courts. And then also what we're going to do is I wish that the Supreme Court can be investigated. Like there should be, where we know that if the Supreme Court, who gave Donald Trump, they gave him immunity for whatever fucking that he does as a president, they gave him immunity. I want them to be investigated completely. Jackie Alp, you got one more time. You're gonna get off the fuck off the channel talking shit. I appreciate you, but I am a canceler. I will kick you out of here. You talk shit, because that's my freedom to do. That is my freedom to do. Most people don't agree with me. I don't care if you agree or not. You have to listen. If anybody does not agree with me, why are you here then? I appreciate you being here if you don't agree with me. Like I said, Democrat, whoever gets the power from the Democratic side, I want them to say, we're going to focus on fixing the shit that Donald Trump destroyed again. We're going to do that. And then we're going to go after every single person, every single fucking person. And we're going to pack the Supreme Court. The damage is showing day in and day out. I see zero MAGA flags here. Oh, Angela, thank you so much for the comment. I appreciate you, my friend. Like I said, anybody spitting or coming in on the channel talking shit, just tell them quiet piggy. Quiet piggy. Just let them know. And you know what? After you say quiet piggy, just ignore them. And Taco, if you're still here with me, put them in timeout. Some of these MAGA people need a timeout. They need to go and take a little nap. Anyways, Donald Trump said that he was going to bring prices down. Everything has increased for everybody. Everybody's prices have gone up. And he said, Democrats talk about affordability. They need to, we're not going to worry about affordability because the fucking rich people, they are squeezing us as working class citizens here. And it's hard for people to afford anything in America now. I'm pretty sure around the world too, because the Strait of Hormuz is really fucking up stuff. The Strait of Hormuz, farmers are saying that they don't have the fertilizer. They're not able to plant and everything like they're supposed to because fertilizer is so high. That vegetation may not be as, we're going to have some problems come November when it comes to it. I'm a picky eater, so my wife's got a vegetable in the backyard. Hopefully those will grow. We got a lemon tree. We got a mango, not a mango. We have a mandarin tree, and hopefully things will start blooming because shit's about to get really rough. It's about to get really rough. When you fertilize in November, it depends on where you're at. It depends on what location you're in. Gas is going super high, man. Gas is for all those that drive to work, you guys drive. If you drive to work, I'm sorry, guys. I am so sorry that you guys may have to pay 70, 80 bucks a week, maybe even more if you're driving back and forth to work. I'm so sorry. The reason why I say that is because my wife and I, we were blessed to work from home. And I never thought that working from home would be so amazing, but it is great. I'm not trying to boast or anything like that. I'm just saying that if you work from home, you don't have to worry about how much money you have left for gas. And I'm so sorry, guys. I am, from the bottom of my heart, I am so sorry for those that have to drive back and forth to work. Literally, like, people are spending more money on their gas to get to and from work than they are on maybe, their water bill or their electric bill. It is ridiculous. And it's all because of Donald Trump. $5 is pissing me off as well. John, yes, the worst. Donald Trump, I don't understand how people could be 3-time voters of Donald Trump. Like, that's so fucking stupid. That really shows you how unintelligent people are in America that did not pay attention to politics. And the first thing that he did in 2017, when he was ripping up executive orders from Obama that helped the American people out. He was ripping up executive orders for the rail system and how they pay attention and make sure the track breaks, because it was hurting the pockets of the millionaires and billionaire corporations because they had to pay more money to make sure people were safe. Gotta keep the whistle, whatever you call it. Donald Trump, in his first term, I said this in a few lives ago, the East Palestine, Ohio accident, where a whole town had to be evacuated because of the toxic waste that happened with the train derailment. Mitch McConnell's wife was part of the head of transportation at that time, Elaine Chao. Fucking piece of shit. Piece of shit. When that train derailment happened, under Biden's watch, basically, It was because of what Donald Trump did with repealing an executive order that Obama had set in place to make sure that there were 10-point inspections on the brakes of trains back in 2021, 2022 is when that happened. Donald Trump's fault. We can blame Donald Trump for that shit right there. We can blame Donald Trump for a lot of shit where he did the biggest wealth distribution from the poor to the rich on his permanent tax cut for the corporations and the millionaires and billionaires. And it's going to be worse now because the Republican Party, these pieces of shits, did the same thing and made the shit permanent to where the wealth distribution from Grandma Bell, who is 63 years old and still working, back hurt, feet hurt, only getting paid $12 an hour, lived on a fixed income, has to pay more tax dollars than fucking Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, the fucking piece of shit, have many kids with many different women, but then people want to glaze him like he's a fucking saint, gets a tax break. Jeff Bezos don't have to pay anything to taxes, and he's a billionaire. Fuck him. Fuck the Met Gala too. It's so terrible how we have these rich, evil people, and I'm going to say that, rich, evil people who do not see other people as human and treat them so shitty like Jeff Bezos did, and then think, oh, I'm rich, I don't have to fucking worry about anything. There's going to be a revolution where millionaires and billionaires won't be making that money like they are. The corporations are banking and getting tax breaks, yet they want to make you work 50 hours in a week without any overtime. You just get straight time. You don't get time and a half. Or they don't want you to work overtime. They want you to work part-time so you can try to put yourself in a government system to where you can try to get some assistance with SNAP or some type of assistance with the government, because your job is saying you can only work part-time here. If you don't like it, you can find another job to work this job as well. Some fucked up stuff in the richest country in the world, where the corporations are dictating how many hours of work you can work a week, or they're forcing you to work over, but then you have to take that time that you worked over off in your lunch break, like my job did. My job will have you work. Check this out. This is the crazy shit about these corporations and how they treat their employees. This is the terrible shit. My job, if I get off at 6 o'clock, right? 6 p.m. working in customer service. If you get a phone call at 5:50 and that call goes over, let's say it's 6:20, I get off of work. I have to call workforce management and let them know that I worked over 20 minutes so they can give me an additional 20 minutes on my lunch break the next day. I can't get that overtime that I should be doing. I can't get that overtime because corporate America, the corporations, who they get tax breaks too. You know what I'm saying? They get tax breaks as well. These corporations want to fuck you over and not pay you what you're worth because you made the sacrifice. Well, not the sacrifice. It was your duty to work over. It was your duty to work over at your job, yet they don't want to reward you for working over. And I work in health insurance, and it's corporate greed. It is corporate greed. I had a guy that worked with me. We came in the training the same time frame. He got bitched at from our supervisor, one of our supervisors, because he was in a different department of me. He got bitched at because he was an hour over on his overtime, and it was, a Friday, and he couldn't do overtime, and he got in trouble for that. They bitched at him for working an hour over. He worked 41 hours. That's it. 41 hours. And the next week when he came into work, they bitched at him. He's gone. He quit. He fucking quit. The people that I came in with my training, and this is how terrible even the healthcare system is. The people that came in with me in regards to our training, it's only 2 of us left. And it was over 20 people that came with me in training. Over 20 people came with me in training. 2 of them failed out. Two of them failed out. Then all of them started quitting left and right. Boom, left and right. I was like, geez, you're leaving too? Oh my goodness. Hey, where's such and such at? I ain't seen them. They left. Oh, where's such and such at? I ain't heard from her in a long time. I think she quit. And they were quitting left and right. So not only are the corporations shitting on the American people when it comes to their job, they're also, they don't give a fuck because they're going to outsource that job. They're going to send that job to the Manila, Philippines. They're going to send that job, that customer service job, over to India. Can y'all tell me this? Most of Americans didn't vote for Trump. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you for commenting that. We're spending so much money. But can somebody tell me this? When you, let me know in the comment section, when you call customer service line, doesn't it fucking suck? Like, isn't it like pulling teeth when you call customer service and you can't even get to a representative that you want to speak to personally about your issue? Greg Watkins, you're lying. 80 million people did not vote for Trump. Trump had the same, basically Trump had the same amount of votes that he had whenever him and Biden were him and Biden were competing for the presidency. Yeah, Angela. The corporations in America, yet they outsource the jobs because they'll build a plant in another area, in another country, and then they'll say, oh, well, the corporations in America, but we're going to outsource the jobs over to another country. And, guess what? Kamala Harris was going to be investigating that. When she was, if she was the president, we would be in a so much better position. But racism. Some of y'all fucking pieces of shit that voted for Donald Trump. And look where you at now. Because, illegals can't vote. Illegals, let's go ahead and kill and squash the narrative right now. The illegal immigrants that come across the border, those 20 million illegal immigrants are coming over and they're voting. And they're voting for the Democrats because the Democrats give them everything. They give them housing, they give them cars, they give them social security numbers. That is not true. That is not true. And if that was true, then why is it that there hasn't been any arrest? Illegals are not coming here to vote. A lot of y'all idiots that voted for Trump, that's what I give y'all, straight up. But these corporations have the free reign to outsource because Donald Trump don't give a fuck. Donald Trump is quid pro quo. Whatever you can give him, you can do whatever. That's why they're knocking down national forests. That's why you see that they're trying to build out these AI data centers, sucking up all the resources. Trump is a piece of shit. And anybody that's defending Trump, I'm going to say 2 things. Quiet piggy, and you're a pedophile protector. America is not great. America was never great. America was never great for the simple fact of racism and hatred. Now the racists are pissed off and mad because their grocery prices are costing so much money and they can't wear the MAGA hats anymore because now they only have $60 for the week and they still got to get gas. If people can stop being racist and figure out who the true problem is, which is Donald Trump and who else? The millionaires and billionaires. If we can stop, listen, not we, if racist folks who think that the black person's taking their job or the Hispanic person's taking their job, if you can get that out your fucking head and realize that it's the millionaires and billionaires that are trying to concoct this narrative that it's the black man that is underqualified for the job that you don't qualify for at all that's taking your job. That's not the fucking case. What the case is that the millionaires and billionaires know they want cheap labor, the cheap slave labor that they can get, and they can do it without us thinking about it because they keep the black people, the white people, the Hispanic people, the Asian people divided in America because they know that they can get the cheapest labor that they can to enrich them fucking selves. Racism is destroying America. And it's the white man that is proposing racism over and over again. Just look at Elon Musk and Doge. Make sure my microphone is still on here. Let me fix my microphone. Sorry. Look at Elon Musk and those 20-something-year-old Doge bitches. Them motherfuckers was looking at anything that they can remove from the social programs and the tax money that we spend. With the tax money that we spend, these motherfuckers were looking at black, Native American women that were, that was affected from the Holocaust, and they were trying to remove every program and aid and funding from all this fucking shit. Them Doge pieces of shit that made hundreds of thousands of dollars for a short time frame for Elon Musk's bitch ass racism. Fuck Elon Musk. Elon Musk can catch these hands. Yes, I said it. Elon Musk is a piece of shit. He's a fucking hypocrite too. That's why his daughter don't like him. Elon Musk is a piece of shit. His father is a piece of shit. If you need to go back and look at the history of his father too, because his father is just as shitty as he is. That's where he got it from. His brother's shitty as well. Fuck Elon Musk. Fuck the whole Musk family. Fuck the Trump family. Fuck the Musk family. Fuck all the rich dicks and assholes and billionaires and millionaires. Fuck all the people that went to the White House Correspondents' Dinner. If I am a reporter and Donald Trump is throwing shit and shade at me, I'm not going to sit there and be buddy-buddy with Fox News. I'm not that type of dude. I am not that type of dude. Hey, what's up? Give me some thumbs up, guys. Hey, subscribe to the channel. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, listen, what are you waiting on? Because we got to continue pushing against these fucking racist people. Just like Amazing Lucas said, racism. White man is coming to steal, kill, and destroy. Who is the one that started this war with Iran? Who was the one that killed American citizens on the streets? Because Donald Trump didn't have to send the National Guard or ICE anywhere in the American streets. Donald Trump did that. He didn't have to have the National Guard on DC picking up trash and shit. And then a man comes and takes out takes out one American citizen and then injure the other one. That was Donald Trump's fault. Donald Trump did not have to start a war to raise every person in America's prices up and then have us on a global, it's a global catastrophe right now. That nobody wants to help Donald Trump, Marco Rubio, Pete Hegseth. Nobody wants to help. And I appreciate that. Thank you, France. Thank you, Canada. Thank you, Denmark and Norway and Australia. Thank you for not helping Donald Trump and this piece of shit that started this fucking mess in the first place. Thank you, Italy. Donald Trump started this, and then Marco Rubio is out there talking about, oh, well, we need our allies to come help clean this shit up. Like my mother always said. My mother always said, she's not going to make my bed up. She said, you mess it up, you clean it up. And I'm here with my mother for Mother's Day. I love my mommy. My mommy is good to me and I'm good to her. I'll make sure my mommy is taken care of all the way in Florida. If my mommy needs me, because I'm a mama's boy, honestly. My wife said, you need to go be with your mom for Mother's Day. I love my wife. Straight up. I love my wife. I want justice. Let's talk about this because, you know, Donald Trump keeps throwing shit at the wall But what the fuck about the Epstein files? Give them to me. Todd Blanche needs to, you need to run them jewels, like I said about Killer Mike. Check out my Killer Mike video too. Run them jewels, Todd Blanche. Y'all can't, y'all are not steering me away from the Epstein files and the Epstein victims. It's a whole fucking ring of them. Watch your children, please, guys. If you have children, watch them like a hawk, man. Especially around MAGA Republican people. Please watch them. I want the Epstein files released. I want them released. There is a cabal. Donald Trump said he was going to drain the swamp, and he is the swamp thing, guys. Donald Trump is the swamp thing. He is the one that is the swamp. They always try to project and say it's the Democrats that are the criminals. Donald Trump let out 80 white collar criminals who owed the American constituents millions of dollars. Like, they robbed American constituents. You know, you remember Todd and Julie Crisley? You guys remember that? My wife and I used to watch the Crisley show, and we used to get a kick out of it, especially with the grandma. The grandma was hilarious. The Crisley show, they robbed people in Tennessee. They robbed people in Tennessee. I think it was tax fraud or tax evasion or something like that, property tax evasion or something like that. They robbed the people in Tennessee, and Donald Trump pardoned them. He pardoned the Crisleys. Donald Trump is pardoning people that can say, you know, listen, you can put $1 million in my offshore account, and I'll get you pardoned. Yes, you and your wife. Donald Trump is doing that. Donald Trump is illegally snatching up people in Venezuela, bombing, you know, people in oceans, just bombing fishermen and shit like that. And y'all think that, oh, somebody posted in here in the comment section, how many Iranians killed Americans? How many Americans killed people around the world? And I'm anti-war. I am anti-war. Donald Trump is corrupt. And that's why people can't get their Trump phones. That's why people are pissed off that they were robbed and they were conned out of $60 million. Donald Trump did that. Donald Trump and the Trump family are just, they are enriching themselves off of dumbassery. They know how stupid people are. They know how stupid MAGA is. Donald Trump and them had a phone that was supposedly made in America, right? But the pieces were coming from China. That's not fully made in America. And then they had to change up the style of the phone that people haven't gotten yet. If you check out Moist Critical, he's got a channel on Penguins, Penguins Zero or something like that. This dude, he's a cool white dude that I could hang out with and just sit there and chop the shit with. Because he's just laid back there talking about his phone that he's supposed to receive. Because he's trying to see if this is actually going to be something true or not. This motherfucker said, oh, yeah, I'm going to get my Trump phone. It's supposed to come at the end of this month. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see. He called customer service, and the customer service person just twist everything up. Like, you can tell that the customer service, they have a list of what they need to lie about. Because Moist Critical has been doing this shit since last year. He's been waiting on his phone since last year. And MAGA's dumbass continue to give Trump money. Continue to give the Trump name money. Donald Trump was saying that, you know, Puddin' Pop Lindsey Graham was saying that the American people should want Donald Trump to have a ballroom. Listen, when is the Grim Reaper coming? Lindsey Graham said that the American people should be honored for Donald Trump to have a ballroom for $400 million. And I'm thinking, who the fuck says that? Who the fuck says that the American people should want Donald Trump to have a ballroom that they will never touch foot in? They will never touch foot in. I tell you what, guys, give me thumbs up if you guys think that Jared Kushner's $2 billion that he got from the Saudis in Trump's first term should pay for the ballroom that the MAGA's not going to get. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some thumbs up. Here's a better one too. Let me know if you, what kind of reaction you're going to get when you hear the news of that big, beautiful obituary. Let me know in the comment section. Yeah, the Epstein Memorial Ballroom. That's what it should be. Epstein Memorial Ballroom. Because the pedophile protection crew is all over it, right, Maga? Maga. Maga. Hey, again, guys, let anybody in here talking shit, because we know we got them shit talkers here. Say quiet, piggy. Quiet, piggy. Gavin's a pedophile protector. Say quiet, piggy, pedophile protector. But yeah, guys, you know, hey, super chat, super thanks. If you want to provide, share some love with me, I appreciate it. I definitely appreciate it. Let's talk about this here. Excuse me. Let's talk about this here. Donald Trump, this dude can't stay awake. You guys notice he was talking about, you know, back when Biden was in office, because they all geriatric. They're all old. I mean, when can we get some younger people to run the country better than what the old men are doing, running it to the ground with Donald Trump? Biden did do good. Biden put in policies in place that he tried to get, you know, to help the American people. He's not perfect. But why the hell does Donald Trump, why this dude can't stay awake? Like his medication is wearing off. He's in there. That's Trump. Look, this is Trump. This is Trump. And then a fart will wake him up. That's what happened. A fart, he passes gas. He break that one wind and it wakes him up a little bit. But Donald Trump is, that dude is, hey, that's what is going on. And I can't wait. I can't wait. Trump is a piece of shit for sure. I can't wait to hear the news. I cannot wait. And let me just respond to Gavin real quick after I tell him, you know, before I tell him quiet piggy. Rubio is not respected. Marco Rubio, no Republican will win in 2028 unless they steal the election, because they're already trying to steal the black and brown vote. They're already trying to steal the black and brown representation. Marco Rubio is a piece of shit. And, you know, Marco Rubio has aged since being Trump's Secretary of State or whatever. Marco Rubio is looking, I think he's about around my age. And Marco Rubio is looking like he is, you know, he's doing that for sure. But he looks like he's 50 something. I think Marco Rubio is 46 or something like that. Yeah, he's Marco Rubio. Every person who is in Donald Trump's corner are fucking liars and they're pedophile protectors, and they need to step down. Like, I wouldn't put myself in that situation. Smart people would not put themselves in a situation. I don't care how much power you try to give me. If you're doing some illegal shit that I can be held accountable for, oh no, I'm gone. I am gone. But yeah, post in the comment section to all the MAGA dumbasses here who say Trump 2028, because, you know, they're hurting. They probably, you know, they're hurting. They're lying, or they're from another country. Ask them what state they live in, but tell them quiet piggy. Quiet piggy. I can't stand Trump. And MAGA is realizing, the smart ones, because, you know, there's a lot of dumbass MAGA people out here who think that Trump is God. Trump is the Messiah, where they bitch and complain about they can't even get their doctor's appointment because their doctor is so many months out, and they can't find another doctor because their healthcare plan changed. These motherfuckers are so stupid. They are stupid. Okay. So how much time, post in the comment section, give me some thumbs up. How much time does he have? Like, how much time? Post in the comment section, how much time does Trump have? Somebody said 20 years. When is Father Time gonna catch up with Trump? Mm. Here's a fun fact for you. Here's a fun fact. Suicide, well, it's not really a fun fact. I'm sorry, because it's not good. S-side rates have increased. They have S-side rates have rocketed up, just like the housing foreclosures have rocketed up, just like the farmers' bankruptcies just rocketed up, just like the small businesses just rocketed up. S-sides have increased under Trump. S-sides have increased. It's unfortunate. It's definitely unfortunate. Here's another fact for you. In 2025, or 2025 was the least productive that Congress has been ever. They were the least productive Congress in 2025 ever. And that's why we call them do nothing Republicans. Because they don't do what their constituents want. That's why they are so afraid of the black and brown vote that they are doing everything they can since the Supreme Court ruling to redistrict and gerrymander for black and brown people not to have representation in Alabama. Alabama, one of the lowest states when it comes to education. Alabama, one of the poorest states when it comes to economically. And I got a video coming out. Listen, guys, I do have a video coming out. It'll be out next Wednesday of which states add more GDP in the United States to the government. Which states add more GDP to the government? That's going to be coming out on Wednesday. Alabama, these fucking racists are so racist that they would even risk their lives with potential tornadoes to pass a fucking vote to redistrict and take away the black and brown, Hispanic, Latino, African American, Asian, LGBTQIA community vote and redistrict for representation for white people. They did that. Tennessee as well. Fucking ugly ass Marsha Blackburn and whoever else the other representative was going in to the chamber to pass a fucking vote. Tennessee, all my Tennesseans, my volunteers, y'all need to get y'all shit together and get these fucking racist people out of office. Marsha Blackburn is a piece of shit who don't give a fuck about you. Just think about what Joni Ernst said about whenever this ugly ass bill is going to take place. Well, we're all going to die one day, when she has the best health care being a congresswoman than you do. Thank you. I appreciate that. Appreciate that. Alabama is suffering medically. Alabama, you know, the states that are really suffering when it comes to the healthcare assistance or healthcare with hospitals and everything else. You know who's suffering? Alabama is suffering. Mississippi is suffering. Louisiana is suffering. Texas is suffering too. I was looking at Visual Capitalist and it said the places that have their health assistance or health system has gone down. Texas was in there. People need to wake up. These fucking racist people who want to control and obtain and retain power because they are afraid of black people. They are afraid of the Hispanic community. They are afraid of the LGBTQIA community. They are afraid because they fucked up and they want to keep power, so they're going to cheat. They're going to do everything they can to cheat. Georgia, My Bulldogs. My mother's in Lakeland, Georgia. My mother-in-law, excuse me. I love Georgia, but Brian Kemp is a fucking piece of shit. All these racists want to take us back into the 1800s. These fucking racists are afraid of the American people because there's more of us than there is of them. There are more good people in America than there are all these racist assholes, these old ass white pricks. These pricks who they sit there and smile at the pains of black people, Mexican people. They smile at the pains of people that have less than them because they don't give a damn. They do not give a damn about us. And that's why we need to take it to the polls, midterms. We get them fucking out of here. The 2028 presidency, we get them the fuck out of here. I'm tired of these old ass racist, and I'm going to say it, and it's going to piss some of y'all off, but I don't care. White people, these old ass white people that are still stuck in the Jim Crow time frame where they thought that everything was amazing and wonderful. Fuck them. They need to go. Anybody in Tennessee, I've been to Memphis. Memphis could be a beautiful area if there was some politicians to help with the infrastructure there, instead of them allowing Elon Musk to build his data centers there, ripping away the resources of a more urban area. Y'all need to wake up, man. Some of the young minds need to pay attention. Like, I continue to try to educate the younger, the 18-year-olds that are interested in, learning about politics and stuff like that, learning about policies that have been affecting people. I talk to them, I reach to them, I try to explain to them, because people get this narrative that the Democrats don't give a fuck just as much as the Republicans don't, and that is not the case. If you look at Donald Trump's administration in comparison to Joe Biden's administration, you're going to see Trump's administration, mainly white man, with the sprinkle of a little bit of pepper here and there. When you look at Biden's administration, black people, brown people, Hispanic people, Latino people, Asian people under the Democratic Party. The Democratic Party is a representation of America as a melting pot. The Republican Party is a representation of the Jim Crow era when they wanted white power and white power only. That's what you see. And that's why you have the Republican Party trying to do everything they can to take away the black and brown people's vote, because they are so afraid of the black and brown vote, because they know that we want better for everybody and not just the white man. We don't want anyone to suffer. And that's why they do it. They are fucking afraid. They are afraid because they know that the young minds that know that, hey, my best friend is black, my best friend is Hispanic, my dad thinks that I need to stop talking to them. Fuck you, dad. That's what they do. The younger generation aren't like their old ass parents or their parents who were racist at a time. That's why you see them leaving their parents and don't want to have anything to do with their parents. You ever notice that there are some kids that aren't black, or that came from a racist household, that don't even associate with their parents anymore? They don't fuck with them. They don't rock with them. Excuse my, I'm cussing right now because I'm pissed off. But they don't mess with their parents. They don't have any kind of relationship with their parents because they hate their parents, because their parents are fucking racist. The younger generation realizes that, and they leave their parents and they say, screw you. They do. Make sure my microphone is still working here. They say screw them because they see it. Racism is keeping America down. America is never going to be great until we can get away from the racism, from the white man that is racist to everybody, even the woman. And if you don't believe me, why do you think they want the women to go back into the kitchen and shut up? That's what they do. That's what they want. That's why you see that, I think it was Tennessee also, that said it was okay to, I think it was either Florida or Tennessee. You can marry your cousin. The hell is that? And then also they wanted to where you can marry, it's pedophile shit. Like you can marry a 15-year-old or some shit like that. You know, let me ask, post in the comment section, guys. Let me ask this here, because this is always something that I wanted to know. Who, here we go. People say that black people are racist. Is that true or false? And let me know if you have anybody in your family, if you're of color, if you're a black person, if you have anybody in your family that's racist to white people, or anybody or everybody. True or false? I want an honest opinion now. I want an honest opinion. Or no, I want an honest answer. Not an opinion, but an honest answer. Can black people be racist? Okay, so here's my answer. Here's my answer to that. Yes, black people can be racist, but I don't know any black people on my side of the family or my wife's side of the family that are racist. That's my answer. Yes, there can be some bigotry with black people, but it's a small percentage in comparison to white people to black people, or white people to Hispanic people, white people to Asian people. The pendulum swing is not as the percentage is not high in comparison to white supremacy. It is not. Black people may have some sense, somewhere down the line where there may be some racism, but it's not often. It's not often. It is not often. Like the white supremacy is the reason why they formed the KKK. And if you think that black people are racist, how come there haven't been any white people to be hanging up in trees? Huh? Like how come there hasn't been a sundown town for white people? And don't say that the hood is, because you know I have friends that are white. They used to live in the hood. So white people, and that's why you have this issue where they're trying to take away representation in Florida, in Georgia, in Mississippi, in Alabama. They struck down the voters' rights, or they struck down the right for Virginia to redistrict when it was up to the people. White supremacy is the reason why we're in this downfall. We are tumbling down because of the white racists that said that they didn't want to vote for no black woman. We are tumbling down with the white racists who said that they don't want, Obama was the most divisive president, when they have a Donald Trump in office that has been the most divisive beta bitch of all time, who cannot stop tweeting or truthing on Truth Social and go to bed. Yeah, somebody posted a comment about this. I'm trying to figure out why is it that white people want to try to trigger black people so much. Like Chud the Builder, he's about to get his ass kicked, and I was watching Amazing Lucas, and he called the cops. He run his mouth about saying N-word and all this chimping out shit, but when it came down to action, that asshole had to call the cops. You don't see black people going around harassing white people. You don't see that. So how is it that people say, well, black people are just as racist? No, they're not. No, they're not. White supremacy is the reason why they are trying to redistrict. And your boy Jeff Landry, that piece of shit in Louisiana, said that the military soldier that's over in Okinawa, Japan, has to re-vote again because they're trying to pull back the re-voting in Louisiana. That's trying to disenfranchise black and brown people and women. Y'all are the MAGA people are some pieces of shit, but you don't see them. You don't see them out anywhere. They're not wearing their MAGA hats. They're not wearing their Make America Great Again shirts or Trump shirts with or the NFTs with Trump with his fist up and his healed ear. You're not seeing that shit anymore because even MAGA sees the shit is not going well for them. But they won't blame him. They will not blame him. You know why they won't blame him? They won't blame him because they want so bad for things to get better. They want so bad for things to get better so they can have that short-term memory. Like Trump never did this shit. Trump never started this, right? They want to continue to blame Obama and Biden, and they're like, wait a minute, we're in 2026. You can't blame Biden. Biden hasn't been in office since November of 2020. Excuse me, not November, but January 21st of 2025. And y'all don't give him so much time, right? Yeah. How much time does Trump need now? Huh? Is it going to be whenever he leaves office and then that's when y'all start blaming Trump? When y'all, on your deathbed? Somebody said that Biden had dementia. Trump's got dementia. Trump is out there doing all kind of shit. Trump is posting and tweeting and all this kind of stuff, doing AI clips of him being Jesus, saying that he was a doctor. Trump is sitting out there ranting and bitching like an old ass man that needs to have his medication and go to sleep at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. Or who's controlling his account doing that shit? Because he's not distracting me from the Epstein files. Donald Trump is not distracting me from the Epstein files. He's in there. He is liable. He is held accountable. He needs to be held accountable. John, listen, I appreciate that. John, check this out. Donald Trump attracts beta bitches, milk toast soy boys, who they want to talk about free speech and all this kind of stuff, but then they'll want to talk about cancel culture right after that. I'm pretty sure some of these MAGA assholes was pissed off about Jimmy Kimmel talking about Melania Trump, that they wanted Jimmy Kimmel taken off of ABC. They wanted Jimmy Kimmel canceled, but then they want to be free speech warriors. That's a bitch move right there. You know how beta who was that dude, Jesse Peterson or something like that? That he's on the sweet side. He was like, beta. That's what they are. Y'all, MAGA people are milquetoast. They talk all this shit and then don't back it up. Like Chud the Builder. Chud the Builder, let me talk about this asshole for a second. If you guys don't know who Chud the Builder is, this dude he don't go to the areas where he can get his ass whooped. He goes to like the most vulnerable areas of people where he tries to talk shit and then he's got his mace and his gun ready with him flapping his mouth. Well, he had his reckoning because he had to call the police on this black dude because this black dude noticed who he was and Chud was talking shit. The black dude slapped the phone out of his hand. Chud didn't do anything besides call the police because he's all talk. That's what Chud is, all fucking talk. And he was yapping them gums. That black dude stood up there on business. On business, because if you sitting there and you want to talk about black people, calling them the N-word and saying that they chimping out and shit, but then you want to back your shit up when they step up to you, bitch move. That's a bitch move, guys. I hope my wife ain't watching me because I'm cussing like a sailor today. I try, I keep it clean. I try to keep it clean. Fuck that. I'm pissed off this Saturday. I'm pissed off. Chud the Builder is a piece of shit. All these MAGA Trump supporters are pieces of shit and pedophile protectors. Donald Trump is not making America great again. And I'll continue saying that. Until I am blue in the face. I want everybody held accountable for the Epstein files. And you notice something, right? It's rich people. Howard Lutnick was lying. His wife needs to be deposed because she went to Epstein's Island with Howard Lutnick. Can y'all believe that? They had Hillary Clinton, who never been to the island, deposed. And then Lauren Dumbass Boebert was trying to do some sneaky ass shit with Benny Johnson with the camera and video and all this bullshit. Fuck Lauren Boebert too. Fuck her. But his wife needs to be deposed. She was on the island with Howard Lutnick. Howard Lutnick was lying under oath. He was lying. He needs to be held accountable. Lock him up. Yes, I'm chanting it. Lock him up. Lock Trump up. Lock them all up. Lock them up. These millionaires and billionaires that are a part of this pedophile ring, fuck them. Lock them up under the jail with the rats and the worms. Lock them up. So yes, his wife needs to be deposed. She needs to be in front of Congress and ask these questions. This UFO files relief and all that kind of shit. ET can come here and he can come get every single one of these pedophiles and send them off to never ever land, whatever. These UFO files, I don't give a fuck about that. What I care about is I care about the fascist, racist ass pieces of shit in the South, the Southern Bible Belt, whatever the fuck you want to call it, trying to disenfranchise my black and brown people. I want retribution. I want the women who were violated from Epstein and all those cabal of individuals that have money that violated women. I want them held accountable. And if you don't want them held accountable, MAGA, that's what the fuck you guys voted for, is you wanted transparency. Now you don't. Now the piggies don't. The Trump piggies don't want accountability when they find out that their daddy is all in the Epstein files. I mean, every line, every sentence had the man's name in it. And y'all, I don't know what the fuck is wrong with y'all, but y'all are sick people. A lot of y'all are pedophiles as well. Y'all agree, or y'all okay with Donald Trump being a PDF filer? Y'all okay with that? Excuse me. Man. I'm pissed off, guys. I'm gonna just tell you this. I know Mother's Day is tomorrow. My mother's gonna have a good time. I'm gonna let my beautiful, amazing wife know Happy Mother's Day. She's gonna be with her mother. I'm gonna let my mother-in-law know Happy Mother's Day. All you mothers out there, Happy Mother's Day to you guys. If you are a parent, I know the struggle. I know the struggle with our kids, man. But I thank y'all for, doing everything y'all do for y'all kids. Because, I mean, it's not always easy. As a parent, it's tough, guys. It's tough. Let me know who's a mother in here. Who's a mother? You got any? Who's a parent at this time? Angela, yes. Happy Mother's Day to you. Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Love your children. Communicate with them. Talk to them. Don't be their friend now. Listen, parents do not need to be friends to their kids. You can be cool with your kid now. You can be cool, but you don't have to be a friend. You're their parent. Don't let them talk to you sideways. Some parents are like, that's my friend right there. That's my best friend. Yes. Your child is supposed to say that's your best friend. That's their best. Like my oldest son, he'd be like, yeah, that's my dad, my best friend. I'm like, you're my son. That's it. That's what you do. You don't let your child be your best friend and you're your best friend's child. You are there to be a parent first. and to be able to communicate with your child. Now, if you go out to the club and drink with your kid, I mean, you do what you do, but you're still their parent. I hope you ain't at the club with your kid clubbing it up with them. I mean, my son and I, we've gone to the bar. You know, we've gone to the bar, but I don't go to the club anymore. I'm too old for that. Yes, Bluebird. Yeah, absolutely. I'm too old for the club like that. I used to, my clubbing days, I used to go ham. I used to get it in. I used to, being a football player and everything, I used to get it in club 3 and 4 times a week. Woo! When football season was over with, that was all we thought about. House parties, fraternity or sorority parties, clubs, clubbing it up. So, you know, I thank you guys for being on with me too. You know, I do these on Saturdays. You know, the work week, life be lifing, work week. You know, kids about to be ready to be out of school here pretty soon. Yep. Any MAGA person that come over here, tell them quiet piggy. Quiet piggy. And if you could point, I wish there was a way that the point can actually go like this, like pointing. Say, quiet piggy. Biden said you ain't black if you don't vote for him. Biden, listen. There was things that Biden said and he apologized for. Has Donald Trump apologized for anything? You see, a narcissist will not apologize for any fucking thing. They will think that they did no wrong. Donald Trump didn't apologize about the Central Park 5 and the exoneration of them. He still wanted them. He still wanted them dead. He wanted them gone. He wanted them dead and gone. Donald Trump didn't even apologize to the American people and apologize to the world, talking about he's going to obliterate and blow up Iran. He didn't even apologize about the damn oh, I was a doctor image with him looking like he was healing somebody laying down like Jeffrey Epstein. He didn't even apologize for that. So don't fucking talk about Biden saying, you know, you ain't black if you don't vote for me. Fuck that. I don't care if he said that or not. I knew he was the better candidate, just like Kamala Harris was the better candidate than Donald Trump. Kamala Harris was the better candidate. She wouldn't have allowed Bibi Netanyahu to convince her to do a obliteration of Iran's nuclear system, because if there was obliterated, then why would we back again? Kamala Harris was the better candidate because she wanted to have people out in the streets to kill the young white woman Renee Good and the young white man Alex Preddy. Kamala Harris wouldn't have did that. Kamala Harris would not have sent people to black urban or minority areas like in California and Chicago trying to cause a ruckus with ICE. Or she wouldn't have sent them up to Tim Walz talking about some fucking Somalian fraud that nobody's been the Somali fraud was investigated and the people were arrested when Biden was in office. She wouldn't have sent them up ICE up to Minneapolis, Minnesota, to cause issues there. Kamala Harris wouldn't say, yeah, Governor Hot Wheels, we're going to build some concentration camps over in Texas so you can grab illegally innocent grandmothers and mothers, pregnant women, men who have been working on construction sites, being a good citizen with their money being added to the United States. We weren't going to do that. Kamala Harris wouldn't have done none of that shit. She wouldn't have said to fuck ass Ron DeSantis, the bitch that he is, the piece of shit that he is, Ron DeSantis. She wouldn't say, yeah, I want you to build Alligator Alcatraz and we're going to send you $300 million to build it. And then snatching up Hispanic people, Latino people, Cubans, Venezuelans, Ecuadorians, El Salvadorians, snatching them up and putting them in a fucking field of snakes and alligators and Alligator Alcatraz. Kamala Harris wouldn't have done that. Joe Biden, if Joe Biden was so bad, why didn't MAGA leave like they try to tell us who are pissed off at Donald Trump? Huh? Maga, some people get on my channel and they say, if you don't like it, fucking leave. And I'll comment and I'll reply back and I say, why didn't you leave when Biden was in office? Because I'm pretty sure you were bitching about Biden. Why didn't you leave? You see, the hypocrisy with MAGA is they'll want to say, oh, if you don't like it, leave. But they never left their mama's basement when Biden was in office. They never left. They just will continue to bitch. And then you had these billionaires that give them money to push the right-wing narrative to get young people who, they don't pay attention to politics to vote for Donald Trump. And now young people are one of the highest percentages of hating Trump and despising Trump. The younger males hate Trump. He's in the gutter with everybody. So I asked MAGA what, or I asked people that say that both parties are the same. How is it that both parties are the same when one party just took away Voting Rights Act and disenfranchised black and brown people? Biden could have did that if they both parties were the same. If both parties were the same, and somebody answer this question for me. If both parties were the same, then why is it that in 2026, 2025 basically set records in regards to farming bankruptcies? How is it both parties are the same? How is it that both parties are the same when you had some 20-something-year-old Doge pieces of shit, racist ass white boys, because that's what they were, white boys, taking away programs that were funded, government funded from the American taxpayers about marginalized people in history, American history, Jewish history, Native American history, Black history, because it had the word Native American in it. And that was part of DEI. Didn't earn it. Did not earn it. That's what I call them. Let me read some comments here. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, like I said, subscribe to the channel. Please do me another favor too. I posted a Killer Mike video. Check that out, because I told him to shut the fuck up and sit down. And I posted a video about Adam Mockler. Adam Mockler, you guys know Adam Mockler? Some of the younger guys should pay attention to Adam Mockler. Anybody know Adam Mockler? My microphone's still on. Yeah, appreciate you subscribing. Yeah, Dan can be mad. They can argue with me in the comments, but if Jesus was so good, you would be better. You're his representative and you're trash. I'm not for sure what that means. I'm sorry. Adam Mockler is great. Listen. As a man that is almost 20 years older than Adam Mockler is, or actually I'm 21 years older than him. I can listen to him. Adam Mockler is a very intelligent young man. And I respect him so much because he's the generation that needs to pay attention even harder than me. Just to give you a little insight on my background, my wife and I, we own our house. My wife and I own our home. My wife and I only have one car payment and we have 3 vehicles. I'm not trying to boast. This is not me boasting, guys. Okay, this is not me boasting. We're all going to go through struggles financially, but my wife and I have a big asset, and the asset is our home. And we our mortgage is not, it's high, but it's not massively high here. Adam Mockler's that dude. Luke Beasley, Harry Sisson, Aaron Parnas, who else is there? Adam Mockler, I know, I'm just talking about him. Parker Get a Job, Dean Withers, Antonio Speaks, Jew Almighty. I know he's a little bit younger than me. Young Don Reacts. Listen, the young generation is going to be the ones that get us out of this fucking mess. And I'm going to be the one to help with them. That is where I coalesce with. My coalition is with Adam Mockler and all these young guys that's putting the belt to ass to people like Scott Jennings that's about my age. Check out my Adam Mockler video because I'll break it down. You ever notice how the young guys, listen, the young guys that are speaking truth in regards to the troubles in America and around the world, the older white men always want to cut them off or tell them to stay in their place or that they're being a jerk. And you know what I say to those guys, these older guys, and trust me, it's always the older men that do this too. Why is that? I'm a man that loves education and loves to learn even from younger guys. They teach me just as much as I teach them. Every day is a learning experience in life. Fuck Geraldo Rivera. Fuck Scott Jennings. Fuck all these assholes that get on the channels, get on CNN and on these panels talking shit and knowing that we are not doing good in America and try to defend Trump for every fucking thing that he's doing wrong for America and the world and our allies. Check my video out, please. Hype it, boost it, everything. Hype it, everything. And also say quiet piggy to these idiots that say that Democrats formed the KKK and all that kind of stuff. That myth has already been destroyed. We already know what the Southern strategy was. We already know what the party alignment switch is. Tell them quiet piggy. Adam Mockler, we have to get behind Adam Mockler, Luke Beasley. We have to get behind each other, and we need to be a strong unit together because the rich loves that. The rich loves that they're getting more rich off of us. And so we need to get the younger individuals, the younger people, the 18-year-olds that used to listen to Joe Rogan, maybe still listen to his bitch ass. Listen to Nick Fuentes, the Groyper piece of shit. You know, he's white and Mexican, so he's not pure white, and he still pushes white racism. He pushes that racist narrative. Fuck all of them. The young minds like Adam Mockler and Luke Beasley and all these guys, please continue to listen to them because they're not going to steer you in the wrong direction. They're doing it from the heart of care for people. And that's why I love this young generation of great minds that are light years smarter than Scott Jennings, light years smarter than Geraldo Rivera, who's a piece of shit. These older guys that's trying to tell these young men who are speaking truth, in fact, in regards to what's going on with this Trump administration, do not let these old men tell you to be quiet. Fuck them. If they keep talking shit, you talk shit back to them. If they call you a jerk, you call them a rich asshole piece of shit that don't care about humanity. You don't care about the people that's suffering, that lost their doctor and now don't have health insurance. Don't allow. I will not allow. Please listen to this. Don't let anybody tell you that you should feel differently about Donald Trump if you hate the man, because I hate him. I hate Donald Trump. With that being said, I don't want his life taken by some assassination attempt. I don't want his life taken. I want him to go the Father Time way. Maybe he can choke on a burger or something, you know, or the Coke went down the wrong way and gave him what Napoleon had. I don't know. He's not doing good physically. He's not doing good mentally. Violence is not the answer. Violence is not the answer when it comes to it. But we know that people are out here who don't like Trump. I fucking hate him. I fucking hate the Trump name. The Trump name has been a stain on America for however long I've lived, basically. Since he got into the political atmosphere 11 years ago, 12 years ago, however many years ago, he's been a piece of shit. Adam Mockler, continue doing your thing, young man. If you see my video, let everybody please let Adam Mockler know. If you're an Adam Mockler fan, you chat, tell him Walt says keep it up. Keep it up. Keep it up. And tell all these MAGA assholes, quiet piggy. Quiet piggy. Donald Trump will insult black women specifically. He will insult women, white women. He will call white women, you're not smart. He'll say that black women have low IQ when he's the shit stain that has low IQ. He won't challenge. Sometimes he'll challenge some of the white reporters, but he always want to talk about lower IQs when this man couldn't even say acetaminophen. This man couldn't even get out the word acetaminophen. Donald Trump is dumb, and he loves the poorly educated because he knows they are dumber than him. That's why he's stealing their money. That's why he's grifting off of America. He's grifting off of the MAGA nuts who buys the MAGA watch that say Trump, and it comes in saying rump. A person bought a Trump watch, and you know it wasn't made in America. It came from China. And when the watch came in, this person was excited. Oh, my watch is here. Open that bad boy up, and it said rump. R-U-M-P. Some shit is that. Ooh. Dummies. They'll buy the Trump Bible, and you know what was his name? Lee Greenwald, God bless the USA. They'll buy a Trump Bible and then can't tell the difference between the Old Testament and the New Testament. That's how the IQ level is of a MAGA person. That's the IQ level. Let me read this comment really quick. Let me read this comment. Man just spreading. This is Cruz M. Are you talking to me, Cruz M? Man just spreading. Hey, you just complain and propose no solution. If that's to me, Cruz, my solution is, here's my solution. Vote out every fucking Republican out of office everywhere, top to bottom, blue wave, clean sweep. Yes, I'm going to complain just like Nick Fuentes does. I'm going to complain just like Erica Kirk looking like Sonya Blade's ass does. I'm going to complain because that's my fucking right to do so. My solution is we go to the voting booth and we vote out every fucking Republican from all across the board, from the East Coast to the West Coast, north to the South. Because the person in Kansas, Missouri, who lost health benefits or their premium shot up 3 times as high, who votes Republican, now lost their doctor and healthcare insurance because they can't afford it. Vote out every single fucking Republican. So I'm going to continue to complain on my channel because that's what it's about. That's why this is called I'm Pissed Saturday. So Cruz, if you don't like it, get the hell off the channel. What are you doing here? Y'all didn't mind about Laura Loomer complaining and bitching and moaning when Biden was in office. Y'all didn't worry about the ugly ass Marjorie Taylor Greene, Dog the Bounty Hunter, that's complaining now about Trump and MAGA. So fuck you. Get the hell off my channel if you don't want to hear me complain, because what I'm complaining about is factual information that's taking place in America, in my country. My country, 'tis of thee. I don't sit here. My solution is blue wave, baby. Everybody type in the comment section, blue wave. Laura Loomer is AKA Billy the Puppet. You know who Billy the Puppet is? Billy the Puppet from Saw, Jigsaw, Billy the Puppet. Blue wave. Our associate didn't even spell wave right. Are you waving like this or a wave like the water of waves? See, that's how uneducated some people are in MAGA. You know, there's a problem when it comes to education with MAGA. They're so fucking stupid. They didn't know that a tariff was a tax on the American people instead of a tax on the country. They're so fucking stupid. They couldn't even explain what woke is or DEI. They didn't even know what critical race theory is. like CRT. That's how dumb MAGA is. My complaint is that May 9th, is it 9th? Yeah, May 9th, one day before Mother's Day. There are many mothers out here who they can't even get a treat because it's too expensive. They can't even go out to eat because it's too expensive here in America. The Mother's Day that people were giving in 2025, in 2024, is completely different because people can't travel. You know, jet fuel is too high because of Trump. Blue wave, baby. Hey, hold on. Blue wave, baby. Dude, a tariff is an import tax, stupid. Raph, hey, if that tariff is an import tax, then why did everything go up? Why did the CEO of Walmart say that price is going to have to increase? Fuck you, piggy. Shut up. Quiet, piggy. See, that stupid is a stupid does. The idiocracy of individuals that say, oh, well, that's an import tax, a tariff. And then why is it that food and gas prices have shot up 20, 30, 50% higher than what it was 2 years ago? See, exactly what I'm talking about. Oh, well, we're doing great. We're doing better than we were under Biden. And then they look and they say, wait a minute. I only got 3 grocery bags and paid $100. Back when Biden was in office, I can get 10 grocery bags when I pay $100. Whoa, shit. Yeah, you can't argue with stupid. Paul Costa, you can't argue with fools. And you know what? The thing that I do is the thing that I do is I say, quiet, piggy. Sometimes you got to find out who the stupid ones are too, honestly. Everybody, anybody that's giving you some shit in the chats, just say quiet, piggy. Inflation wasn't 9.3% when Biden left. You see, they also, here's some misinformation that you'll get too. Biden left when inflation was going down. Trump, inflation went back up with Trump. Just like when it came to Obama leaving office, Donald Trump did not add any massive increases to the job market from what Obama left him with. Obama and Biden left Trump with a booming and boosting economy, and Trump came in and fucked it all up. That's what happened. Trump came in and fucked it all up. And now they'll do everything they want to push the envelope. They will push the envelope because that's what they do. That's soy stuff. That's soy boy stuff. That's soy boy stuff. They will continue to push the envelope knowing that life has not gotten better. Healthcare premiums have shot up 2-3 times higher because of what Donald Trump and the Republican Party did not want to do with extending the Affordable Care Act, the Obamacare Act. And now people's premiums are super high for a house of 2. You got Aetna. I think it's Aetna that does not take any marketplace plans. So now doctors are not even in the network for a person. Obama created DACA that was unconstitutional? No. Taco Velez, you still here, brother? That's my buddy, man. Taco from New York. I love New York, man. I love New York. Brother, presidents don't control prices. Of course not. But what you were saying, you probably were saying that it's Biden's fault because gas was high. But you know what does though? You know what controls gas prices and prices altogether? The things that the president does, like shooting and attacking Iran and closing off the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of oil, crude oil, Brent crude oil comes through globally. That's cause for our ports not to have the exports or imports in regards to oil. So Cruz, keep up with the bullshit, because I will cancel you. That's what happens when a president does something negatively to impact another country or the world. Shit starts to skyrocket, and that's what you have when Donald Trump did his illegal war in February. Now we're in May, and gas prices are $2 and $3 more than what they were before he did his attack. Biden with Ukraine. Biden did not attack Ukraine. Crude oil shot up during Biden whenever Vladimir Putin decided to attack Ukraine. And then within that time frame, also Trump had an oil tax or something, an oil pact during the time frame of the war, to where oil shot up under Biden's term. Do some research, bitch ass. Cruz, come on and post some more bullshit so I can kick you out of here, because I like to cancel people on this channel, especially the propaganda and misinformation. Boom. Let's put it like that. Oh yeah, Obama did not start the Iraq war. Every single war was started under Republicans. Every single war was started under Republicans. And what has it done to the American economy? It has shot the American economy down. That's why you see that the housing market is so terrible in the state of Florida, in the state of Texas, 2 red states where the housing market is really shitty. And that's because of, guess what? Donald Trump has not done anything to make it better for first-time homeowners, or done anything to make it better in regards to trying to not to be such a bitch ass. He's a destroyer. Donald Trump is destroying, and a pedophile. Free speech. Piece of shit. Jesus, brother, my ass, get off my channel, Cruz. Cruz don't even live in the United States, guys. Mind you, you do have people that get on the channels, and they get on, liberal, progressive channels, talk shit, spread misinformation, and they're somewhere in China sitting down typing. Exactly. In 2026, the American people are suffering more than what they were when Biden was in office. That's why you see some of these people are deleting themselves. You see some of these people are just giving up completely. Let me read a couple comments. Hey guys, support the channel any way you want to support. I appreciate it. My pretty mother over here is walking with her little dog. I guess one of my brothers might have showed up, so I'm gonna go over here and show my family some love. But listen, give me some likes, give me some thumbs up. It is Mother's Day tomorrow. Listen, Bluebird, it's gonna get worse, man. I'm praying for everybody who are good people, who care about humanity. I'm praying for you. As a praying man, I have my flaws. I do. I have my flaws, but I'm a good person. And I'm not a pedophile like a lot of these MAGA nuts are. Support the channel. Subscribe to the channel. Check out my Adam Mockler video. Post a comment on it. Hype it. Check out my Killer Mike video. Post a comment. Hype it. Listen. These fascist, racist-ass people have to go. America will never be great when racism is at the helm of it, because racism is destroying everybody. Black MAGA, fuck you. Anybody that supported Donald Trump that is black, that look like me, have my shade of color, fuck you. Hispanic people, Latinos for Trump, fuck y'all. My brothers and sisters on the Hispanic side that are being violated and snatched up and illegally deported, fuck all the people that support Donald Trump. I'm gonna say it again. Black MAGA can kiss it. Snoop Dogg, Nelly, Chili from TLC, Nicki Minaj, all these people can kiss my ass. Fuck them. They're never getting $1 from me. Never, 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 never. Bad Bunny, love me some Bad Bunny. Listen, guys, subscribe to the channel. If you care about democracy, You'll give me some hearts. You'll subscribe and love. Take care of yourself. Please take care of yourself. Maga can eat a fat one and quit moving the goalpost. Become a channel member. Hey, become a channel member. Any support is welcome. I thank you guys for being here. Thank you all. Take care of yourself. Mommies, happy Mother's Day to you. Please be treated like the queen that you are. Please, hey, it's Mother's Day weekend. Take care of yourself. Be safe. And guess what? MAGA gets 2 of these. You support Trump, here you go.